Hello and welcome to Miniature Adventures. I'm Big Lee, and this week I want to talk about is there such a thing as being too young or too old to wargame? So this week's subject was inspired by yet another conversation I had at work recently. I do actually do some work in between all these conversations, but anyway. So I was chatting to a colleague from another charity actually, who works a lot with dementia patients and older people in general, and he was describing how certain activities appear to keep the mind fresh for some. You know, in some cases the dementia almost falls away from them and they remember stuff because they're doing certain activities, particularly related to creative activities, music and art and so on. And for some, this means that, thankfully for some, they keep their cognitive abilities well into later life, and they continue to learn and enjoy new hobbies well into their 90s and beyond. And this got me thinking, is there an upper limit for someone to be a wargamer, for instance? And while we're on the subject, is there a lower limit as well? Now, as long as the government refrains from in the industrial making of Soylent Green or introducing carousel, I plan on living to a ripe old age and dying with either a dice, a brush or a miniature in my hand. The idea that at some given point in the future I'd have to give up my hobby is absolutely unthinkable. As far as I'm concerned, the freedom to continue gaming will be the deal breaker that will help me, or my family, choose what sort of care facility I end up in. And there will be aspects of my hobby that probably won't continue. Nobody will want to watch an octogenarian wargamer on YouTube, for instance. And it's probable that at some point painting may become problematic. But so long as I retain most of my marbles, I can't see any reason why I shouldn't be playing and losing games well into my 90s and beyond. So conversely, what about the other end of the scale? Clearly there must be some sort of lower limit, but exactly where that is will vary from child to child. I've done some videos on this in the past about getting the younger generation involved, and in my humble opinion, I think as soon as they are able to comprehend simple games, there's the potential to start them on their wargaming journey. But I'd also add that encouraging and normalising trips to museums and historical locations from a very early age is just good for their general development, not just as a gamer. And even before that, there's no reason you have to read them bedtime fairy tales when you have the whole of history to choose from. Now, both my girls were indoctrinated at an early age, and by the age of 10 had visited probably more museums than most adults do in their entire adult life. They've both grown into creative, curious adults and well-rounded gamers with a healthy interest in history, politics and art. They may not be regular wargamers, but they are committed role players and deeply entrenched in nerd culture, and I couldn't be happier. So as far as I'm concerned, that's mission accomplished. It's a very short video really this week. I didn't think there was much to add beyond that video title and that opening introduction. Our hobby has a role to play in our lives as far as I'm concerned, from the cradle to the grave. Health and mental capacity depending, I see no reason why wargaming can't be a part of my life for as long or as short as it may be, and no reason why any future grandkids can't be introduced to my crazy, wonderful hobby at a very early age. So do you agree? Do you envisage a day when you'll lay down your dice for good? Is there an age beyond which it's no longer respectable to be playing with toy soldiers and instead take up bingo and grumbling at the telly? And is there a lower limit to introducing a new generation to the hobbies? And as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts and personal experiences on the subject in the comments below. So if you enjoyed today's video, please like, subscribe and share. And if you want to keep up to date with weekly content from this channel, please tap the bell notification icon. So until next week, stay safe, keep gaming and of course, keep rolling high.